at least a new world champion here. Gunther is
There's
the
a lot of new world champions.
New world champion. Something that we've all seen happening.
Sorry.
It was just how we were going to get there because Gunther has been that guy for, especially with that intercontinental reign, 66 days was it on the dot, roughly?
Yes, sir.
Carrying that title, dropping it to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, winning the King of the Ring to set up this match against Damian Priest, who I thought was a good champion and really coming into his own.
Yes, I agree.
But what were your thoughts on this, guys? What were your thoughts on this match here with Gunther becoming the new world champion and a betrayal of Finn Balor to Damian Priest?
I called. You want to go? You want to go, Lewis? No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Just because my prediction came true with it that this PLE was the destruction of the Judgment Day.
I didn't want to believe it. I thought they were going to play on it, but
nope, it all came to fruition. And this was this wasn't the first piece, but it was another piece to what I called. It sucks because, like Dan said, Damian was just coming into his own, and I didn't want his title reign to end. I felt like it was kind of short, but he still, I think it still elevated him in status and to keep him into that main event picture.
Puerto Rican festival didn't pan
out. I'm calling it right now. When they go, they probably will have maybe another PLE in Puerto Rico. I feel like sometime next year. That PLE, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
Who's been saying that?
Tag teaming versus somebody, and that place is gonna go nuts, insane. It has to be insane.
Hey, why not? Why not just make it a championship match? I have Bad Bunny as the heel and Damian Priest as the babyface.
In Puerto Rico, you can't have Bad Bunny as the heel. That's like
you don't love him either way.
That's like saying that's like going to Chicago and having CM Punk as heel. They're still gonna cheer him. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna happen.
But definitely. I definitely want Damian to have a longer reign. But I think we discussed this last week, where it was like both Gunther and Nia. I know we'll get into that later, but they both won their respective King and Queen of the Rings, and this had to mean something. Yes, Gunther didn't win clean, which I think kind of saves Damian a bit, but the man still won King of the Ring and still became champion. Same with Nia. So I think it just gives more prestige to that in terms of like the King of the Ring and like making it more prestigious again. I don't know if I think the heel turn, not the heel turn, the way they kind of did it, I don't really like it because I've never seen where somebody like screw somebody out of a pinfall and they'll like watch the replay mid-match and then go after the person. It's usually like, they'll hit them with a chair and then they get pinned and they lose or something like that. But I've never seen it played out like that before. So I think that was the only thing that was a little wonky on in terms of like the heel turn and him realizing. But it still worked out. Obviously, congrats to Gunther. I think we all knew that he was after that IC run, he was just on a trajectory to becoming champion some way, shape, or form, and it was the right time to do it. But yeah, definitely a great match.
So
go ahead, John.
No, I was gonna go ahead, Brian. I'm waiting for Dan to
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go next. So John, I don't know if you have been watching the show for the last like three or 4 weeks, but like yourself, I've been enamored by Gunther for the longest time, and it was about time. He's been, like I said a couple of weeks ago, he's been the one guy who, like, even when Vince McMahon was still in charge, has been booked the most consistent. Longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, then winning King of the Ring. His matches are always good. He's one of the, matter of fact, the top technician as far as in ring goes in the company right now. I mean, look, and then you look at all the promos that they did before the match, when breaking down all of his highlights and his accomplishments and all the things that he's done, and he's the guy moving forward. I mean, they've pretty much booked him for this point right now, and yeah. He's gonna have a long reign. At least he better. Like in my humble opinion, he should minimum finish the year as champion, and at least walk into the Rumble as champion. After that, I don't know what you do, but that's just my prediction. But it was a great match. To go to now talk about the Priest and Finn Balor, like Lewis called it. It definitely was not so much the destruction of the Judgment Day, but the reinvention of the Judgment Day, I guess, because when you saw what the current iteration of the group is going to be moving forward now, looks like a downgrade to me. But that's just my opinion. When you look at the whole of them now, it's definitely a downgrade to me. But yeah, I also thought it was hilarious that Priest looked up at the replay to see that he got screwed. WWE has always been, like you said, they've always been very inconsistent as far as like the replay and such go. I remember one year specifically, I think it was an I Quit match between Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger, when they literally went to the replay because I think like Swagger had like supposedly tapped Del Rio out, but the referee didn't see it, so they actually went to the replay and saw he didn't tap or some shit. And yeah, so they've been very inconsistent with that. But so I thought that was hilarious. But it was a great match. Now you see what they're doing moving forward with Priest pretty much now. It's like it's funny because when he was cutting that promo on Monday Night Raw, I seen like a meme online where somebody said, "Man, he loses his title and he went from Damian Priest to Dominic Toretto. Now he's out there with a tank top talking about this." So I thought that was funny.
That was a good one. That was good.
Yeah, but I'm definitely interested to see what's going to be happening moving forward with Priest. Gunther, I think they announced he's going to face Randy Orton in his first title defense, which similar to how when Cody won the title, he faced AJ Styles. For Gunther, Randy is the perfect first opponent for him, and they already have the story from King and Queen of the Ring of Randy's shoulder being up. So that's going to be a great match moving forward. So Gunther as the new world champion, yeah, big things.
I definitely liked the match. I thought it was hard hitting. I thought it showcased Damian Priest as a valiant champion, and he's been working his way up that he should be on that main event level. So kudos for him for carrying the title as he did. But this was all about Gunther, man. He's been on a superior run that you can't even think of anybody else being in, having that dominance as the mid-card champion, intercontinental champion for that long, bringing prestige back to that title and having a lot of bangers with that title. And it was just only a matter of time who he should lose to in order to be put on a pedestal of being a champion. And finally that happened at SummerSlam. Would I have liked him to win clean? Yes, because just the way that he's been booked and the way that he's been carrying himself as the ring general, it would have been cool to see that. Of course, you have to carry that story with the Judgment Day, this new iteration of the Judgment Day. This is like, what, the fourth iteration of the Judgment Day?
Pretty much.
So definitely continuing this group. This group is kind of like the Four Horsemen, right? You just get different iterations of the Four Horsemen as it goes throughout time. But this is what this group is right now. But I thought it was a good turn for Finn. We've been wanting more things for Finn, and he's been a leader of the Bullet Club. And you just think there's so much more that they could be doing with Finn and continuing this heel run. He tried it in NXT a little bit. They tried it down there when he went back to try to resurge it a little bit, and it was okay. But it's like, this is hopefully they give him a little bit more free reign to be a little bit more heel with that decision with the Judgment Day. But yeah, Gunther, man, well deserved. I can't wait to see the Randy Orton matchup because it was a good matchup. And especially that whole play on, hey, I'm a legend. You're a legend. I'm a legend killer. Randy Orton always playing on that. That's always a cocky Randy Orton that we want to see rather than the Apex Predator. So going back to that type of Randy and getting Randy to talk on the mic and be dastardly as he continues his ascent, maybe to get a championship run, right? Against Gunther, maybe. I don't know. Of course, you want Gunther to have a long reign, but this has historically been the workhorse title. And I don't know how long he's going to hold the title for right now, but I could see him winning it multiple times in between the span just because it's that type of title where you can have multiple people winning and have different storylines, branching storylines. So we'll see, but it's just going to take the right person. But the first, as Brian said, the first great opponent, Randy Orton. He's like the litmus test of anything, right? If you're a champion or if you're a guy that's going to be ascended to a main event level, you face Randy Orton. He's like not the final boss, but definitely one of the guys that you stand in the ring with. You are either made or not. So we'll see what happens with that. Of course, that's taking place at the Bash in Germany. So definitely looking forward to that at the end of the month. So definitely going to look forward to that.
All right, so first I just want to say congratulations to Damian Priest. Fantastic. I was shitting on him before, and unfairly also, because I think he never got his due, and he's been, ever since he won that championship, like, they've been letting him shine more, and he's awesome. He was an awesome champion. I like Lewis. I wanted him a little longer with the title because I was enjoying his title reign, and he's
It was just getting good. Like, he was really coming into his own.
Yes.
Like, I think that's the point where it was at. Yeah.
Yes. And then him being on the mic, like, he's gotten so much better with promos. Like, his promo, like, you can see him progressing with his promos. Like, unlike, someone that I know that took 10 years. But his promos are progressing. It literally took him a year to progress this good to this level where his promos are on point. Everything is on point. Now he's become the face of pretty much of Monday Night Raw. Other than, Raw is so stacked. That's the beauty about Monday Night Raw right now. It's so stacked with competition. So many good heels, so many good baby faces. So kudos to Damian Priest. I hope he keeps it up. The Finn Balor, I could have caught that a mile away. We all, I mean, I knew it. Lewis knew it. Dan was oblivious to it, but like he
I
is
didn't
always.
want it to happen at SummerSlam. That's all.
It had to. That was the second biggest PLE of the
I
year,
get it.
so
I get
you
it.
have to have
I
it
get
happen.
it.
And
I get
and
it.
so I noticed once Finn Balor came out, it just automatically, I already knew what was gonna happen. I thought, honestly, it kind of swerved me a little bit when Gunther hit him. That's when I was like, okay, so maybe they can go for something different here. But once I started seeing him circling around and hitting the ring, I was just like, yeah, something's gonna happen. So but yeah, Gunther going up clean would have been nice, but he did go up clean if you think about it. It was more of it wasn't like a screw job type say where you say that it was the referee was down, or
Well, regardless, like Jim Cornette would say, he's a heel.
Yeah, yeah. Regardless, he's a heel, but like, it was still a good win for Gunther. He beat the hell out. They beat the hell out of each other. It was such a that for me that one was second match of the night. For me, that was the second match of the night. You guys will probably know which is my match of the night, but that was the second match of the
LA
night
Knight
for
versus
sure.
Logan Paul.
Hands down. Hands down, I enjoyed that match a lot. I enjoyed it more than the main event. That I'll tell you right now. I enjoyed that match. That was a title match. And I keep saying, and I've said it for 2 years, and I keep saying it. Gunther is the best wrestler in the world. Roman can't touch Gunther. He will never be able to replicate what Gunther does in the ring because Gunther is the best in the world. We got a new best in the world. CM Punk had that reign for 15 years. Now it's Gunther's turn. That's the best in the world.
Some of us can't
Gunther,
be. Some of us
listen,
can't be
no, don't cut
delusional.
me off, Dan. No, I'm going to tell you right now. Gunther's
Something needs to
new
be said.
catchphrase should be
Something
best
needs to
in the
be said.
world. He's got
Something needs to be
he's gonna
said.
license it. He's gonna have to borrow it from CM Punk. And Gunther is the best in the world. He's
How
been
can you
that
be
for
the
2
best?
years.
How can you be the best in the world for the past 15 years when you haven't wrestled in 12 years?
No, he did. He wrestled. He wrestled in AEW. He was the
Where?
best in the world.
Where?
AEW, he was the
Where?
best in the world.
Where?
Everybody tuned into that.
John?
that shitty company just to watch him
Huh?
wrestle. Everybody
John,
tuned in. Sorry.
I just have a question, John. You do realize that any Will Ospreay fans that were fans of this show just said fuck this now, right?
Pretty much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, AEW fans. I'm
just
sorry.
saying.
I apologize. I think your shows are okay in my standards. I like storytelling. I don't like full blown wrestling. Sometimes you want to see full blown wrestling, but they need better promo artists. I give credit where credit's due. Christian's carrying that company right now on his back. Like
Yeah, pretty much.
you can't
Just Christian.
just Christian. Will Ospreay, we don't
All right.
recognize him. Triple H
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't think he
recognize him,
is.
so we
Someone,
don't.
Yeah.
We leave him
Yeah,
out
but
of this.
I would say
But
Swerve.
but that's that.
Will
But that's that.
Ospreay.
That's that company. That's that
Oh,
company.
God.
Yeah, forget. Yeah,
that's
Fuck
the other
Iron
company.
Maiden.
That's the other company. But
But
anyways,
yeah.
overall,
Gunther is champion, and I hope. And this is what I was gonna get to. Gunther will hold that title most likely till if probably till Mania. I feel like I have a feeling that's gonna be.
I'm gonna be
It's
against that.
I actually want it. I want him to have a long title reign. I'll tell you why. Not. I'm not saying 2 years or 3 years of boring Roman, but we want like a year of Gunther. That's
he's
nice.
not good enough.
Just a year.
Okay.
A year. He's
Okay.
great. What do you mean he's not good enough? When he carried the IC title for 600, everybody
What was
loved
that?
Gunther
What was
as a
that?
heel, even as a
What
heel.
was that?
No, even as a heel.
What was
Now he's
that?
the world champion. Now he's the world heavyweight champion. He's gonna
Mhm.
carry it till WrestleMania. He's gonna have some banger matches, and I'm
I
telling you
give
right
him.
now, he's
I
gonna
give
do
him.
things that Roman can never. He dreamed of doing. He can never put 5-star matches because Roman only has 3 moves. That's pretty much it. Gunther has a plethora of his arsenal. He has so much to do in his wrestling moves. He is amazing. He is the ring general, and he is going to be there for, I would say, a year until WrestleMania. Maybe after. I would like to see it until next SummerSlam. Let's give him
I'll
the
give
belt till
him.
next SummerSlam.
I'll give him to the Rumble.
No,
I'll
no,
give
he's
him to
gonna
the
be
Rumble.
champion till that's too soon. The Rumble's right. What the Rumble's January? What? Oh no, they moved it up
Four,
February,
5
right?
months away. But either way, Gunther's the new champion. We
Yes,
expect great
best in the
things.
world. Best in the world.
To be determined.
All
We'll
right.
see, we'll see what happens when PWI comes out with their rankings. We'll see what they decide.
Yeah,
Who is
let's
the best
see.
wrestler in the world? But Gunther is
Let's
the
see.
new world champion. And let's continue moving on here. Let's get to